Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to our today's class. My name is Isangoi. I will be taking you for this particular module, Networks 1A, right? Today we are going to talk about introduction to networks, right? We are going to define what is a network. We're going to see some of the benefits of networks, and we're going to see some of the types of networks. And beside that, we are going to practice. I'm going to show you how you can connect computers, starting from 2 computers, 4 computers, and so on, all right? My microphone is not good. My voice will be not perfect, but make sure that you are going to practice. You're going to see whatever that I'm doing. And my email address is there. For any issue, don't hesitate to contact me, all right? Yes, guys, let's start. Yes, we're going to define first what is a network, right? What is a network? When we are talking about a network, we are talking about a group of objects. Those are the objects, like group of objects or a set of objects, right? Let me see. Okay. So we are talking about a group of objects. Those objects, they are connected, right? So you can also say a network is a group of connected uh, objects, right? So we are talking about a network when we can see a group of objects and those objects, they are connected, right? The objects, they are like, let me give you some of the examples of objects. They can be computers, like phones, right? Like printers, right? Like cameras and so on. Those are the objects, right? Those are the objects. So shortly, we're talking about a network when we see a group of connected objects. Those objects, they are like computers, phones, printers, cameras, and so on, right? But the question is, why we have to connect to those objects? This is the first question. Why you have to connect those objects? We are connecting those objects for sharing, right? So for sharing, right? We are connecting those objects for sharing. Sharing what? Sharing for sharing of information and resources, right? Those are the two most important words you have to understand, right? So we are connecting those objects for sharing. Sharing what? Like information and resources. And when we are talking about information, we're talking about like files, like movies, right? Like email, right? So it's under information, right? So when you are chatting with your friends, means you are sharing what? You are sharing information, right? And when we're talking about the resources, we are talking about like printers, right? We can share a printer. Like we have a company, we are like 5 workers, we can only buy one printer. There is no need for us to buy 5 printers for 5 workers, right? But beside printers, you can also share cameras, right? So you can only buy or purchase 2 cameras, and everybody like in your company, can use those two cameras. But beside that, you can also share storage, right? Suppose like on your computer, you don't have enough space, you can save your work under someone else's computer because you are in the same network, right? So to summarize, what is a network? We are talking about a network when we see a group of connected objects, right? What are the objects? The computers, phones, the printers, cameras. Those are the objects, right? Now the question is why we have to connect those objects. We have to connect those objects for sharing. Sharing what? Resources and like information, right? When we are connected, we can share information like what? Like files, like movies, like emails, right? When we are in the same network, we can share files, we can share movies, we can share emails, and so on, right? When we are talking about resources, you must see physical devices. We can also share physical devices, like what? Like printers. Like in our company, we can only have one printer and everybody can print, right? We can have only one camera, like plugged on my laptop, because we are in the same network. Everybody can use that camera. Everybody can use my storage or my hard disk drive to save their work, right? And you can see more benefits like cost. You're going to reduce the cost because there's no need for us to buy so many printers for our company. There's no need for us to buy a camera for everyone. There's no need for us to buy like more storage for everybody. We can only buy once and everybody can use them, right? So we are reducing the cost. So uh, let's talk about some of the benefits, right? So benefits of connecting objects, connecting those objects. What are the benefits of connecting those objects, right? Number one, it's cost reduction, right? We are going to reduce the cost, right? Like in our company, make it a bit big. Okay, it's cost reduction, right? Why? Because there is no need for us to buy more printers. We can only buy one printer for everybody. You can see that we are reducing the cost, just an example. Number two, we are talking about time. We are reducing the time, right? See guys, okay, when we are connected, when you connect your objects, like inside your company, there is no need for you to move around. Like maybe I want something from my friend, so I cannot move from floor number 1 to floor number 10, right? Because of the powerful of networking, I can only contact my friend using my computer. So from my computers, I can fetch whatever that I need from him, right? So there's no need for me like to go around. So cost reduction, there's also time. There is also management, data management, better management of your objects, right? You're gonna see that when you connect your objects, when you have a network, right? So you are going to manage your devices in your company so easily. So the management will be like easy. You're going to have a centralized management. We call it a centralized management. So you are going to have a single place where you can save like everything in your company. Like You have a single computer. From that single computer, you can see all other computers like in your company. Not only the computers, you can see the printers, you can see the cameras from a single location. That will allow you to manage those devices, right? But we are going to study more because you're still beginners, and you have to learn slowly by slowly, right? There's also security, right? When you connect your object, like in your company, you're gonna have also what we call what? Security. So it's one of the benefits of connecting those objects, right? So when you connect like everybody in your company, so you are going to control what these guys can do and what they cannot do. There are some of the things you can allow them to do, and some of the things you can deny. Like maybe you can stop them to go to Facebook during work or during work time. You can stop them to go to, to WhatsApp and so on. You can block those applications from your router, from your wireless access point, from the server, right? And you can control who can do what according to their job descriptions, right? So to summarize, we're talking about some of the benefits of connecting those objects. Number one, cost reduction. We are reducing the cost. There is no need for us to buy more printers, more cameras. We can buy like few printers, few cameras, and everybody can use them. We are reducing the time. When we connect those objects, there is no need to move around when we want something. Number three, better management of your object, right? So better management or centralized management. When you connect your object, it's so easy to manage them now. No matter how many they are, they can be 1,000 printers, 1,000 cameras, 1,000 computers, like for large banks, right? And the last one is security. You can allow or you can deny those guys to do some of the things, right? But we're still at the beginning, so I don't want to go fast. So remember, guys, we defined what is a network, like a group of objects, right? I gave you some of the examples of those objects. I told you why we have to connect those objects for sharing. Sharing what? Information and resources. When we are talking about information, we are talking about movies, software also, like it's under here. You can also share the software, right? And so on, or applications, right? So those are some of the things you have to understand. And when we're talking about resources, we're talking about physical components. We can also share physical components, right? This is what you have to understand, guys. Okay. We spoke about the benefits. Now we are going to talk about how, the question of how. You know why? Why you have to connect those objects for sharing what information and resources. And now we are going to talk about how you are going now to connect those objects, right? You are going to connect those objects by using a cable, or let's say you're gonna use a wire, or you can use wireless, right? Those are two ways you can connect your objects, by using a cable or wirelessly, right? You can go for a cable or you can go for wireless, right? And when we are talking about a cable, there are three main types of cables that we are going to see later on. But before even before even going further, so I will show you one of the simulators that we are going to use. That simulator, it's called a packet tracer. So you are going to use that simulator like in order for you to practice networking. There is no need for you to buy physical devices. There is no need for us like to have actual physical devices because we can use a simulator. A simulator can do like almost 90% the same. Okay. Yeah. So a simulator can do like almost 90% the same things as the real devices, right? Now, let me show you the simulator, how you are going to download it and how you are going to use it, right? For you to download the simulator, you can go to any browser. You are here. You're gonna just type a packet tracer, right? Free download, right? When you are here, you just type like packet tracer free download, and so it will bring you here, right? There are so many versions, but I like you guys like to start with the easiest one. When you scroll down, you can download this one, but don't download like this one because it will ask you to sign up, but you can also. You can scroll down, you can download version 6. What is version 6? Yeah, you can download this one. If you're using Windows, you can download 6.3. And if you're using Linux, you can download also these versions, right? They're the old versions, but you can also download the new versions. Version like 8.2.2, right? So you can like two versions. But this one will require you to sign up. You can also sign up. And version 6 doesn't allow you to sign up, right? And when you are done downloading and you are done like with your installations, you are going to see it here. Yeah, it's gonna be here. You just double click here. You can also like type it here, like under start. You can just type packets tracer. So it's going to appear and you click there, right? But my laptop is a bit slow. I don't know because I'm running so many. Yeah. So you're gonna see it like here, like under apps, and you are going to start it. Okay. This is how the simulator looks like, right? Suppose like I want computers, you can come here and the devices. You click just once. When you click once, you're gonna see here, you can drag and drop like a desktop. Suppose like you want a laptop, you can also uh, drag and drop like a laptop. Suppose like you wanna configure like a server, you can drag and drop a server. This is a server. Suppose like you want a printer, you can also use a printer. Suppose like you want a phone, what we call an IP phone, like a phone that you can connect to the network, a phone that will use data, like in order to make the calls. You can connect it also to the network. You can take it here, it's IP phone, right? You can use wireless like tablets. We're gonna see like all those things later on. You can also use the smart phones and so on, right? There are so many devices. Suppose like you want routers, you're gonna just come here, you click once. There are so many types of routers, you can just drag and drop. Suppose like you want a switch, you can click on switch and you can drag and drop a switch. Suppose like you want a wireless access point, you can click there and there are so many wireless like access point here, right? Suppose like you want like cables, you can click like here, the cables are here, right? Suppose like you wanna put some notes, you can just like come here, you wanna write something on top, You click there. So I can write, this is my first network, right? You can also do that. And when you are done, you have to click there, right? And you can move your devices around, right? Suppose like you wanna remove some of the devices, you can come here, you click once, you can take them out. All right, you can take them out. And when you are done, you're gonna come back here. Suppose like you wanna save, you can just come to File, and you can save your work, right? This is how the simulator looks like. Now we are going to practice a bit. So I will show you how to connect two computers. What you're gonna do. So I'm gonna click on End the devices, drag and drop two computers, right? What I will need, so I will need like a cable. So you go to cable, you're gonna pick once. Because I'm connecting same devices, I'm gonna take what we call a crossover cable. So, right? Because we are connecting same devices. You click on crossover, you go to PC1, you click once, you go to PC2, you click once. What does it mean? So it means you have two physical computers. You're gonna take your cable, you go to the first computer, you plug, and you go to the next computer, also you do what? You plug. This is step number 1. So I can write it here. Step 1 is cabling. You are done with cabling. Suppose like your company will have 10 computers, you're gonna do the same. Maybe your company is a flow, and from each flow you have those computers, you're going to run the cables. When you are done, step number 2 is IP addressing, right? So you have to give those computers unique number, right? Unique number, like in order for you to identify again. I told you, like it's like a family, like a network, it's like a family where like every child must have like his own name, like in order for you to recognize him. So computers also will require their own number called IP. Yeah. So computers also will require their own numbers that we call IP addresses, like in order for you to identify them uniquely. So what I'm gonna do, don't mind about those numbers because you're still beginners, you're gonna do them the same way as myself. So here, I'm going to take this IP /24, and here I'm gonna use 192.168.1.3/24, right? So you're gonna see that the difference is from the last number. The last number. This one is .2 and this one is .3. But the first three parts, 192.168.1, still the same. Why? Because we have to keep them like in the same network. You cannot change those three first parts. If you change, they're gonna be in different networks. So now let's do the configurations. You go to computer 1, you go to desktop, you go to IP, you are going to part 192.168.1.2. And when you are done, you must click on subnet mask. So I will explain what is subnet mask. For now, when you are done, you just click like under subnet mask. The subnet mask will come automatically. When you are done, you can close here. You go to the next computer, you go to desktop, you go to IP, you do the same, 192.168.1.3, remember? And you click on subnet mask, right? Now, because you are done, you have to test the connectivity between those two computers. So if you are done, even if you have 1,000 computers, you must make sure that your computers in your company can communicate, right? So you go to each computer, maybe like on this one, you click again once. This time you are going to go to command prompts. You click on command prompts. The command for testing the connectivity is called ping. You type first ping, and you have to precise the destination IP, the computer that you wanna reach or the computer that you wanna test, 192.168.1.3, right? So you are trying to send like a message to the destination computer, see if the destination computer can reply, and you press enter, right? So you're gonna see that the destination computer will reply. These 32 bytes will show the size of the message, how big your message was, the message that you sent to him. It's like when you're typing WhatsApp message, how long your message was. That message measured 32. And this 51 millisecond show the time that your message went and came back. This TTL show how many seconds your message will be deleted from the network, right? So you sent 4 messages, number 1, like number 2, number 3, and number 4. You sent to this computer 4 messages or 4 times. And the most important information is here. Packet sent 4. So you sent 4 packets or 4 messages, and you received 4. And you're gonna see that lost is 0. Means that the communication works fine, right? For now, don't worry about like some of the things that you can't understand. You are going to master all those things. The most important, look at the packet sent, number of message sent, how many did you receive, and the loss is 0 means the communication is fine. Suppose like you received 3, it means that there is a problem, right? Okay, now, so as your own exercise, you are going to practice again. You repeat by yourself. You're going to drag and drop 2 computers here, do the same configuration, and you are going to test the connectivity. So step number 3, what we did is what? Testing the connectivity by using the command ping, right? But like in reality, when you are dealing with physical devices, what you must do, you're gonna go to start, right? You type CMD, right? And you press the enter, right? You press the enter. And oh, mine, it's red. Okay, let me change the bits. I will change my background there. You go to properties. So I wanna change. So you're gonna right click on your command prompt, like the title bar. Okay, my color, screen background. I'm gonna take black, screen text, so I'm gonna take yellow. I will close and repeat again. CMD, enter. Okay, so you're gonna say like ping 192.168.1.2 maybe, and you press enter, right? So this is how you can use it physically, right? You can see here, reply from this computer, destination host unreachable. Means I'm not connected, there's a problem. There's no connectivity here, or maybe this command has been blocked for hacking, right? This command has been blocked because sometimes you can block some of the command from your wireless access point, from your server, like in order for you to avoid, because most of the hackers, they will try to test the connectivity between devices in order for them maybe to understand if that particular computer is connected or not, right? Okay, we can close. That was like our exercise number 1. Number 2, I can give you another example. Suppose like I have a small company with 4 workers and I want to connect those 4 workers. So I will need 4 computers. You go to computers, you're going to drag and drop 4 computers, right? you're gonna drag and drop the four computers. You're gonna need a centralized device or a network device. We are going to use like a switch. You click on switches, you drag and drop that switch here, the 2950. This 24 shows number of ports. When you click on top of that switch, you can see this is how it looks like. You can try to zoom in, like port number 1, number 2, number 3. You can even go here, right? So, and this switch, it's called the Catalyst 2950 series, right? When you go to the internet, you can type this Catalyst like 2950, you are going to see it. It's there. Let me show you the Catalyst the 2950 series, right? I'm just showing you, yeah, they are here. This is the switch that we are using. You see how expensive those switches are, right? Those are the catalysts, right? So, but here you are learning how to configure those catalysts. So when you are done with this type of switches, even when you are writing your CV, you can say, I know how to configure the Catalyst 2950 series Cisco switches, right? Now we're gonna run the cables from our computers, from offices to the centralized device. You go here. This time, so I want to take a crossover because I want to plug a computer to a switch. They are different. I'm going to take it straight. So if you take a crossover, you're going to have a problem. But later on, we're going to see like routers and switches and computers. These days, they are very smart. They can do the auto configurations. But for now, you must take a straight cable. Why? Because you are plugging two different components. You go to your computer, you plug, you go to your switch. Let's plug to any port. Those fast Ethernet, they are just name of the ports. Play, you do the same, right? Just plug, 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 you run your cables. So it means you go to every floor, for every office, there are computers there. You run the cable from those offices to the centralized device. So step number 1 is cabling. You can write it here. Step 1 is cabling. And step number 2, we are going to do the IP addresses. And step number 3 is testing the connectivity. When you are done like typing, you must click here. Okay. Now, from this computer, this is what's gonna be my IP slash like 24. So I can copy it because I don't want to repeat again. You can come here. You're gonna just change there. It's gonna be 3. Copy again. There it's gonna be 4. And there it's gonna be, maybe I can take what, 5, right? Now, because I'm done, right? Just showing you the types of IP you're gonna put like on every computer. So you click on this computer, you go to desktop, you go to IP, you're gonna punch the IP. So it's already taken this IP or what? They're saying to it. Okay, you remove this one. Yeah. So the IP is there. You do the same. Remember, this one is 3. This one is 5. And this one is 4. And when you are done now, right, from step number 2, because you are done, you can test the connectivity between them. You can just go to any computer, you go to command prompt, you can ping one of the computer from the network. Remember, ping, this is the command for testing the connectivity, right? So you're gonna type ping, you put the destination device and you press what? Like enter, right? Remember guys, as I told you, this is the reply from the destination computer, right? This bytes is the size of the message that you sent, right? As I said, when you are typing your WhatsApp message, how long your message was. But this computer sent to the destination computer 32 bytes. But later on, we can see how we can make it big or small. And this 1 millisecond shows the time that your message went and came back. This TTL, it's called time to live. So after 128, the message will be discarded. The message will be deleted from the network because you don't want your network to keep unnecessary information, right? So, and the most important information is here. The packet sent for, received for, lost 0. Means for this small business, the network is up and running, right? So if you wanna bring like a printer here, suppose like you wanna buy a printer, you're gonna just click here, you take the generic, this is your printer. From the cabling, you connect also your printer. So, and you have to give your printer also an IP address. You go to your printer, you go to configurations, you go to fast Ethernet is the name of the port from the printer, right? Where you plugged your network cable. You click there and you're gonna give it an IP address also. So it's gonna be 6. Don't forget, like an IP address must have a subnet mask. You click on subnet mask. And when you are done, right? So this guy can try to test the connectivity between like these computers and the printer. You can also ping the printer. You just come there, you say 6. So you can see that the communication is there like between that computers and the printer because the printer can respond, right? So this is guys. So now what we're gonna do, suppose like I want a router. Remember from the exercise I gave like to you, you have to use also routers. You can just come here, right? So I can pick up this router, the 1841, you bring the router here. Why you will need a router? A router will connect networks. Suppose like you wanna connect your network here to other networks, or you wanna connect this network to the internet, you will need a router because it's only routers that can connect networks. So if you have your computers that are already connected using a switch, you want to connect your computers to the internet or to other networks, you need a router, like a wireless access point. It's also a router. Most of the wireless access points, they are routers. So you're gonna bring a router here. Remember from the lab I've sent to you, right? So router and switch, they are different. You can use a straight cable. You go to your router, you plug once, right? You go to fast Ethernet, 0, 0, you click once, so, and you go to your switch, you plug. So your router now is connected to the switch. Why is it red? It's red because by default, ports from the routers, they are always off. You have to bring them on. Port from the routers, they are always off. You have to bring them up. You have to bring them on. They are always down. That way it's red. So for you to configure this router, you as an administrator, right? You're gonna come with your computer, with your laptop. You click on cables. You're gonna use what we call a console cable because you wanna access the router. You take your cable, you plug from your laptop. Oh, I plugged to the wrong one. Okay, fine. You're gonna take a console cable, you go to your laptop, you plug on RS232, it's a serial port, you plug there and you go to the router, you plug to the console, right? So I want to configure the router. I want to bring this port up Because if this port is not up, these guys will never be connected to the router. So you're gonna take your laptop, you use what we call a console cable, right? We call it a console cable. It's a console, right? You plug it from your laptop to the router. From the router, you use a console port, right? Be careful. You must check where I'm plugging, but don't worry, guys. You're still beginners. You're going to master. So what I'm gonna do, you go to your laptop, you go to desktop. This time, don't go to command prompt. You're gonna go to terminal. You click on terminal, just say yes, yes, yes. From here, continue with the configuration dialog. You must say no, and you press enter, right? You say no, and you press enter. We are now like inside the router. Routers will have different modes, but don't worry. Like on this particular mode, we want to do few configurations, right? But let's move to another mode. Which command you're gonna use? Enable, right? Routers will have different modes. This mode, we're gonna call it a user mode. You cannot do the configuration from here. You have to move to another mode, right? You will know that you are not on user mode like anymore by this sign, right? So you type your enable, so it's gonna bring you here. From here also, you cannot do the configuration. We're gonna see later on what you can do. You must type what we call configure terminal, all right? So you're gonna type configure terminal. When you are done with configure terminal, you must press enter. Right now, this mode, so it's the configuration mode. From here, you can change like the router name. See here, like the name of your router is one, but I will change it to area router. So the command for changing the router's name is host name area router, right? So you start with host names and you give it your own name. You have to change device's name, router's name, switch's name. How to change host name? It's very small. I don't know if you can change from the configurations here. It's very small. You cannot see some of the things, right? Okay. Now, from here, we're gonna bring this interface up. For us to bring it up, this is the command. Like interface FA0/0. This is the name. So you're gonna say the interface FA0/0. You're gonna press what? I don't know why. Oh, I typed it wrongly. The R is missing. My keyboard is a problem. Huh? The R is, I cannot use R. Ish. Okay, let me just let everything out. FA0/0. Okay. Now the command for you to bring it up is no shutdown. Say no shut down, right? And you're gonna press enter. You press again, press enter. You're gonna see that it's gonna be green, means you bring it up, right? When you bring it up, now we're gonna give it an IP address. Remember from the exercise, there's an IP address. You're gonna say like IP address 192.168.1.1 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Don't mind about this IP addressing. Do just what I'm doing because you're still beginners. Slowly by slowly, you're going to master those concepts, right? Just do it slowly as you are doing the practicals with me. You're going to master them. They are very easy, right? So this is how you are going to configure your router by changing the name and by giving it an IP address. All right. This is how, and you can see that you can ping the router, right? You can ping this router also. So This is, guys, I wanted just for today to talk about networks and to show you how the simulator works. Now, guys, you can download it. This recording is available. You can fetch it from me. You can fetch it also from YouTube. It's also there. Practice, practice. You got my exercise. Make sure that you're going to be doing it. Okay? Yeah, thank you very much. This is the end of session number 1. Bye.